Hey guys, hope everybody is doing well. Today I wanted to talk about the principle of double effect and how that enters into the abortion debate and how it really gives us clarity on a lot of these particular issues. So, there's four basic points to the principle of double effect. Yes, I have my daughter's little pen, so don't make fun of me too much. So when we're looking at the principle of double effect, we're basically looking at the fact that there are going to be two effects, one good and one evil. And in bioethics and just metaethics and just ethics in general, we run into these type of situations where you have conflicting issues. And so the principle of double effect helps us to think through some of these issues, and I just want to kind of apply this on the abortion debate. So the first principle is action. That is, the action itself must be morally good or at least morally neutral. So, for example, let's apply this to the abortion debate. So, when you have the life of the mother at risk, so an ectopic pregnancy, for example, or where the embryo has implanted onto where it, the fallopian tube, or where it shouldn't be planted on, a lot of times this will put the life of the mother at risk, right? So the action may be to go in and remove the section of the fallopian tube in order to save the life of the mother. Now, this is also an instance where you have to act, because if you just continue to let the baby develop, it's going to end up killing both the child and the mother. And so we want to make sure with something like this, we can at least save one rather than let two die. And so the action itself must be morally good or at least morally neutral. Two, the intent, that is, the person doing the action, does not will or intend harm. Right? So the intent is not to harm the person, but the intent or the will is to do good. Third is the good outcome must be caused by the good action, not the harm. So what we're saying is it's not there's never a time where it is okay to justify doing an evil in order to get a good end or cause. And fourth, the good must be justified in proportion to the harm. So, for example, you can't, blow up or kill, 400 people to save one person. Obviously, the harm is not proportional. So, when we look at the issue of abortion, again, and we look at the life of the mother, how would we apply the principle of double effect? Again, this is something that a lot of theologians and philosophers also use. I believe it was St. Thomas Aquinas that really did a lot of work on this particular theory. Okay, so let's look at it. The life of the mother is at risk. We'll say that you have the embryo in the fallopian tube, and unless doctors act, the mother's life will be lost, as well as the unborn. So the action itself must be morally good or at least morally neutral. So the act is to go in there and remove the section of the fallopian tube to save the life of the mother. It's a morally good act. Nothing evil about that. Second, what is the intent? Well, is the intent to go in and abort the unborn and destroy a human life, or is the intent to go in and save an innocent or save a human life, which would be the mother's life? So the intent is not to go in like a normal abortion, where the whole intent is to go in and to take the life of and remove the unborn. This is a very different situation. This situation, the intent is to go in and save the mother. The double effect of that is the foreseen problem of that is, yes, the unborn will lose their life. But the intent is not that, if that makes sense. Third, the good outcome must be caused by the action, not the harm. Right, and so it's not going in and directly removing the embryo. It is removing a section of the fallopian tube, and the foreseeable outcome of that will be the embryo will the human being. And I just when I'm using terms like embryo or fetus or child, etc., that's dealing with stage of development, right? So it's like any language you use, the opposition is going to, accuse you of just using emotional rhetoric. So if I say embryo to try and, not be accused of front loading the conversation with emotionalism, then it's, I'm going to get accused of, oh, you don't think it's a human being because you say it's embryo. I'm just talking about the different stages of human life. Life begins at conception, that's what I'm talking about. So the good outcome must be caused by the action, not the harm. And that is, it's a good outcome to go in and save the life of the mother, for the good must be justified in proportion to the harm. Yeah, you're saving the life of the mother. And so I think the principle of double effect is a really brilliant. So I think in this case, principle of double effect is a brilliant idea. I think it works well. I think it's well thought out, and this is, I think, a good response to objections from many pro-choice people and just many people in general that just have these questions. So anyway, guys, I hope this was helpful to you. Subscribe, share. Been doing a lot of debates lately in TikTok, going into people's live, having some really good discussions, and so hope to get enough followers to where I'll be able to start doing my own lives and be able to have these important conversations. So anyway, go over to my YouTube channel, Bellator Spiritus. Got some really good stuff going on right now. I'm having some good discussions with some Muslims on the doctrine of the Trinity, etc. So anyway, God bless, guys.